What's up? This is Dexter. So, for all you veterans out there, if anybody's out there looking to purchase a house and is trying to figure out how to get their certificate of eligibility to purchase that house from the bank, check this video out. I'm going to show you how to do so. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get your certificate of eligibility to buy a house with the VA home loan. So a certificate of eligibility is used to establish how much money the VA will guarantee when you buy a house. And by guarantee, I mean if you default on a loan, the VA will back the bank to say, hey, if this person doesn't make the payments or goes into bankruptcy or whatever, we will ensure that you, the bank, get your money. So in turn, the bank, that mitigates risk for them. So what they will do is they will offer veterans lower interest rates and things of that nature. So it's definitely a lot of perks to the VA home loan. So today we're going to show you how to get that certificate of eligibility, right? So just a little background information. You should already notice if you've been in the service, and hopefully you know if you have entitlements through the VA or not. But if you served 90 consecutive days of active duty during wartime, so right now we're in wartime. If you were in doing OIF or doing all of the Afghanistan campaigns and things of that nature, or the Cold War and any other thing you can imagine. So if you were during wartime, which, shoot, I can't remember the last time when we weren't actually in a wartime scenario. So, but you have to have been in 90 consecutive days during wartime. You have to have served 181 days during peacetime. So, most of us these days don't have to worry about that, because from 2001 is when OIF kicked off, and ever since then we've been in wartime. So you have to have had more than 6 years in the National Guard. So if you're in the Guard, it takes a little time. I mean, you only drill if you've been in the National Guard exclusively. Doesn't count if you were active duty and then you went into the Guard. If you did active duty and you did 90 consecutive days, then you're good. You got it. But if you came in and you're in the Guard and you've been in the Guard ever since inception, like from the beginning, then you have to do 6 years to be eligible. So now I'll show you how to get the actual eligibility document. So what we're going to do is go on e-benefits. You're going to go log in. And we're going to go down here and make sure that you click this little box here, or else it won't let you do anything else. So me, since I'm still in the Guard, I still have my CAC card, so I could put CAC access in. But if not, then you have to create a registration or register for the account, and then you put your information in this, in this block, username and password. So I'm gonna hit CAC access, log in, put my PIN in. Whoops, fat finger. Hit login, hit my DOD. Do not hit email. Please don't do that. It will kick you out. So make sure that you got the DOD ID CA 42 selected. Wait for the slow website to get going.
A few moments later.
Alright, here we go. So once you're in e-benefits, everything that you want to apply for is going to be right here under the supply box, right? So if you're applying for pension, which I don't know anything about that because I didn't retire. Compensation, this is for your VA disability. You know, if you want to file a claim for disability, this is where you started. Housing, education for your post 9/11 benefits. But today we're concerned with housing, right? So here's the housing block. It's kind of horizontal, but right here, certificate of eligibility for home loan. All right, click that bad boy. $30 later. Jesus Christ. All right, finally. So it says, congratulations, your certificate of eligibility for home loan benefits has been issued. Okay, so we're not really concerned with the rest of the stuff. All we want is view your COE. So here's the document. This is it. So what happens sometimes is when you go to the bank and say, hey, I want to do a VA home loan, they'll say, probably the first thing they should ask, or probably will ask, is do you have eligibility? So what I would suggest is that you go in here and you print this document and bring it with you when you're going to get the loan or attempt to get the loan. That way, that's just one block that's checked off that you don't have to worry about them calling the VA or doing some online thing through the VA, taking extra time. So just come in here, print it off, and give it to them. So obviously this stuff here is gonna have all the information in there, right? This right here is my first house that I purchased in 2014. Although it does say 2016, I purchased it in 2014. However, I went and did a refinance on it in March of 2016. So if there's any of you guys out there that's kind of like, okay, why is my date different? That's if you did a refinance or anything like that, you did something to the loan, changed it over somehow, it'll have the new date in there. So my home loan amount was $173,000. I purchased it for, and entitlement charge. So this $44,000. That's the way they calculate the entitlements. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that or not, but if not, then we'll do another video. Put it in the comments below if you guys want a video on that. I'll be glad to hook that up. So once again, this house in Washington that I currently own, it says active in the status, right? However, this house that I purchased December 2016, it says paid in full, no restoration. So paid in full, it says paid in full because I sold the house. I sold it in April of 2018, somewhere around there. So the bank, once I paid the bank the money back, they then reported to the VA, hey, we're good, we're free and clear. The VA then put in my status here, paid in full. No restoration. So the restoration is pertaining to the entitlement section. So as you can see down here, it says 0 because you don't have any entitlements after you purchase 2 houses, right? Once you purchase the second house, you have 0 entitlements. You can't buy another house under the VA unless you then sell that house. The bank reports that you paid their money back, and then it gets put into the system that everything is free and clear. Then the VA will go back in here and they'll recalculate the numbers, and then you'll have a number for entitlements in this block. I was a little confused, so I wound up calling the VA and talking to a representative. The representative told me that even though it says no restoration, they do still have documentation that I paid off the loan. And I asked him, so why hasn't that been reflected in my COE? And he said, it's not a big deal, don't worry about it. Essentially, what will happen is when you go back to the bank to purchase your next house under the VA, the bank will contact the VA through online or however they do it, and they'll attempt to get a COE at that time. So once they do that, then it will show that that house was paid in full. So once they see that the house has been paid in full, the VA will then issue this. You'll be able to use your entitlements through the VA. Okay, so if you paid off a house before and you see no restoration and you got no entitlements, don't worry about it. As long as you got paid in full in this block, it's good to go. Oh yeah, something else. Before I forget, there's a section down here and under the conditions. It says paid in full loan, right? So entitlement charged on a paid in full loan cannot be restored until a veteran applies for restoration of entitlement. Mail a completed VA Form 261880 to the Eligibility Center, or lender may submit application electronically through ACE. So that goes along with what the representative was saying as far as getting your entitlements restored back into your account. The second portion of this paragraph is saying the lender may submit an application. So pretty much that's the bank. When I go back to the bank in my current state right now, if I go back to the bank and say, hey, I want to buy another house under the VA, they'll contact the VA and say, hey, how much entitlement does this guy have? Oh, he's got X, Y, Z. Okay, you good to go, right? Then you can purchase the house. Or you can submit this VA Form 26-1880, and you can get that number, them entitlements restored again. So that's it, guys. That's how you get your certificate of eligibility to purchase a VA home loan. So let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, as well as what additional videos you want me to make. Peace.